Winston, stop.
Just want to apologize to everybody for the delay in broadcasting. Obviously, broadcasting no commentary. Sorry for the delay. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the slight delay. I believe I got a little bit of time here. Thank you all for at least trying to stick this one out. I know this hasn't been our most premier broadcast, but nonetheless, here we are. It looks like we got a battle going on here between Randy Cornwell and David Meacham, battling for the third place position. Alright, again, I'm going to be in and out, but don't have much context on how this race has gone up to this point, but so far it looks like Sean Happick was able to take the lead over the number 40 of Eugene Hawk. So Sean Happick is going to be your points leader in the championship so far. The last race of the regular season, Eugene Hawk just behind him, followed by Randy Cornwell, Bobby Grady, Travis George, rounding out your top 5 this far in the race. We got 48 more laps to go here. Sean Happick has been on a pretty upward trend here tonight, or excuse me, this late here in the season. Been pretty solid up to this point, but he's really starting to make some ground up now. Needs to have a good finish here again to retain that points lead that he does have over Randy Cornwell. Randy Cornwell scored just behind him in the third place spot. Don't have much context again about stages or anything like that, but thank you all for at least sticking it out to this point. My wife's birthday was today, and that obviously sets precedent. I was hoping I would be able to be here to make a better broadcast, but so far here we are. Lap 105 of 150, we got 45 more to go. I would imagine we would at least have one more pit stop. In this race, potentially two. Looks like we're only showing 14 cars on the lead lap, so potentially a little bit of calamity out there on track, but nonetheless, Sean Happick having yet another solid night. Sean Happick now extending that lead. 8/10 now, inching closer and closer to a second as the laps continue to tick on. know Sean was able to put a good amount of practice into that race, and so far it looks like that's paying off. But here we've got a bunch of cars battling out what looks like to be for the 4th place position. We've got Travis George, Bobby Grady, David Meacham, Corey Moore, and the number 9 of Mike Kufel, who I believe has made a pit stop. So we've got a bunch of cars or trucks under a blanket here looking for position. David Meacham looking to make the move on Bobby Grady going into turn 1. Going to get that left rear quarter panel and hug that bottom line. Looks like David Meacham now going to try to capitalize on that bottom line. Charlotte, I feel like it's a track that you either love or you hate. Pretty simple track here though in the trucks. Get down to that bottom line and just be a little easy on the throttle to preserve those tires. Bobby Grady though, showing what he's capable of. Been involved in a couple incidents this season up to this point and has found himself making just a couple mistakes throughout the season, but so far he's got speed. And as I say that, the 13, David Meacham makes contact. These two battling hard here again for that 5th place spot. Travis George able to close or extend the lead, on this battle. And Mike Kufel in the mix, but I believe he has pitted recently, so he's not battling for position. You see on the relative now, Cornwell able to get around Eugene Hawk. The gap to Eugene from Sean is over a second, but that gap from Cornwell to Happy is starting to close down ever so slightly. So we see some cars exiting the pit lane now. Lap traffic may start to be a factor here. Looks like these guys last pit on 89, so I would imagine, just based on the trend that we've had in the Truck Series, we should be getting closer and closer to green flag pit stops. Yeah, that gap though continuing to close between Randy Cornwell and Sean Happy. Again, I wonder if that's potentially a tire advantage. Sean Happick and Randy Cornwell. Sean's up 24 spots, Cornwell up 33. Corey Moore, who has scored in 7 places, up 21 spots, as well as the 91 of Aaron Douglas, showing P9. He's up 20 spots as well. So a lot of drivers being able to advance their way through the field. Hop on board with Happy here and see what it's looking like from his point of view inside the cockpit. Here and taking care of the tires. This is a track that you aren't capable of going full throttle almost around the track in the earlier part of the run, but as the run goes on and those tires begin to fall off, definitely some lifting required. Gap starting to stabilize here just a little bit for Happy. Actually picking up a little bit of pace. I wonder if that has anything to do with the lap car of Mike Kufel getting around Randy Cornwell. Cornwell had the gap, I believe, just to about 6/10, and it's now opened up to almost a second. See Sean, yeah, just going to go ahead and let Mike go here, and I wanted to give him the preferred line. Hopes that Mike clears him here into turn 1, which he does. It's going to allow Sean to kind of just get back down and actually be able to ride in the draft just a little bit. Help him try to pick up some speed as long as he doesn't get caught in that dirty air too much. Should be okay. Now you see the gap extended over to just a second. think in the next probably 10 or 15 laps or so, we should maybe see our last pit stop scheduled anyways. And Bobby Grady continuing to fall down. Trey Young making his way up to P6. Travis George has extended his lead over the guys behind him. That puts him up to P4. So Travis George is continuing to close the gap on Eugene Hawk. Randy Cornwell again fighting some lap traffic. Wonder if Cornwell maybe pushed a little bit too hard trying to close the gap to Sean after that battle in the back of the two there. Well, the back of the top five, excuse me. Mike had a couple cars to pass before he puts himself in that lucky dog position. Oh, Aaron Creighton, we see him. Looks like he attempted to pit. We'll see if that brings out the yellow. Green flag still in the air right now. It was questionable call here. And there it is. Yeah, that's going to bring out the yellow. And I'm going to go ahead and surprise our race leader here, Sean Happick. Hello.
Hello.
I am back here temporarily. Maybe. I might be able to finish this thing out. Give me and the viewers some insight on where we're at with this race and what's going on. And it looks like we potentially might be close to a fuel window here.
It is a fuel window. I was on my very last lap, having to call my pits and everything. Just about to go into corner 3 and 4 to slow down, and the caution came out. Looks like me and Cornwell just made it in, and we're going to be able to make the stint and get our last set of tires here.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, if you thought you were going to be able to make it. See 11th caution here showing up on the scoring pylon, and I see a lot of cars.
That cannot be right. I think 111.
Oh, is that right?
Probably. That would probably be more right.
111 cautions, huh?
That sounds way better than 11 that it's been. I feel like it's been about 20. It's been caution after caution after caution, just trying to hold off Randy here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't mean to get you coming down pit road, but I mean, I see you and Cornwell are up quite a few positions on the scoring power line is what it's showing. You guys have some issues with qualifying, or?
No, I think I qualified like P6 or something like that. No, I qualified second.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I see you in the pit stall, so my scoring pylon up top may just be incorrect from all the fun stuff we had going on. Well, good to see you up front. I know you're trying to extend this lead on Randy Cornwell for the season champion, and the regular season championship he scored in P2 behind you, so you're not getting much of a gap there. But how have the stages gone for you tonight?
Second, third, second, fourth.
Gotcha. So some pretty good stage points there for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got some pretty good stage points. Cornwell's been caught up in some stuff. I feel like I have a little bit better truck than he's got on the get-go. Then he gains up on me a little bit in the mid-run, so it'll be fun, battled out. Pretty much if he wins, he's going to get it by maybe a point, or we might be tied, but so it'll be interesting.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for the little race insight, and I just want to confirm you guys should be good to make it to the end here, correct?
Yes, I know me and Cornwell. I got 30.6 laps, and we have 29 left, so.
Gotcha. Well, Sean, didn't mean to scare you or drag you at an untimely time there, but thank you for providing that insight, and I will get you back with your team. Good luck here in the third and final stage, or whatever stage we're on, and hope to be seeing you here again at the end of this thing.
All right, appreciate it.
Not a problem. There you go. That was your race leader, the number 52 of Sean Happy, giving us a little bit of insight. Yes, showing 11 cautions. Happy thinks potentially we might have a little bit more than that. Again, with the amount of drivers that I see there on the pylon that are 1 or 2 or even several laps down, I would imagine we've definitely had some chaos here tonight, but nonetheless, we are rocking and rolling. Lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to be going green again here this time by. Sean thinks he might have the better truck over Randy Cornwell, and we kind of saw that there at the end of that run. I mean, Cornwell was able to get to Happy, but Happy kind of ends up pulling away just a little bit at the end of that stint, but had mentioned about the pit stops and, you know, them both announcing their pits on that lap. But Happy said that Cornwell does have a good truck in the middle of the run, so if Cornwell can get a good gap, it may be a little bit too much for Happy to close, but it is go time now. And of course, don't forget Eugene Hogg. He's a guy that has pace early in the run, but kind of ends up burning his stuff off a little bit. We'll see if he learned from that. Of course, Travis George up front with Bobby Grady and Corey Moore as well up there. So got a pretty stacked lineup here. Sean gets a great restart on the bottom line, though, and catches Cornwell sleeping. That's going to give him a little bit of an advantage as the rest of the trucks go side by side behind him. Three wide in the back here. Some lap traffic. Again, just trying to get every position they can. Seeing if the trend of cautions continue, try to get their laps back. It looks like Randy Cornwell now making a move on David Meacham. David Meacham clears down just a little bit, but Eugene Hawk now looking to get to his inside. They're going to be side by side at the line. Eugene Hawk going to have the preferred line here coming into 1 and 2. See if he's able to hold on to it. It looks like he does. David Meacham kind of falling back here a little bit. Wonder if he's playing a long game. Under some attack now from the 16 of Travis George, and Sean's going to be looking to see this battle that we're about to see right now between Eugene Hawk and Randy Cornwell. These drivers have to be smart. They're coming down to the end of the race, and you want to get every position you can, but if you fight too hard for too long, you're just going to let the 52 of Sean Happy get away. See how these two elect to play it. Making his moves through the lap traffic. It looks like he's going to be the first car lap down. So if we do get another yellow and Mike doesn't get involved, he will be your lucky dog, and that'll put him back on the lead lap. We'll put him at the end of the longest line, though. He'll have a lot of ground to make up on track, but Randy Cornwell now, and as I say that, there it is. Believe, yep, we see it here. Ryan Seabolt going to be the culprit here in this caution. See what happens here. We see a little bit of damage on the right rear. I wonder if that's affecting him. Looks like he just gets a little loose in the corner, opens up the steering wheel. Oh yeah, and they just go 3 wide. Bryce Tucker gets involved. Ryan Seabolt, Aaron Creighton, and Bryce Tucker. 3 trucks at least involved in that one. And just as we were talking about it, that is going to put the number 9 of Mike Kufel, the first car, a lucky dog here, so that's going to put him in the fight just a little bit. Does have a lot of spots on track to make up, but if he's played his cards right, if he has some tires left in the bank, he might be able to work through the field and try to get off a couple more spots. Truck at this point looks clean. And there we go. We see Mike getting waved around the pace car now. 22 to go. Lights are on. The pace car going to be coming off this time, so that'll be putting us going green with just 20 to go. 20 lap shootout here at Charlotte Motor Speedway underneath the lights. Excuse me. Go. Lights off on the pace car now. 21 to go at this moment. Again, as I said just a second ago, 20 to go when we take the green flag. Sean Happick was able to get a great start on that last restart. See if he will be able to capitalize on that once again. Could really get a good advantage on these restarts. Like I said, you see Mike who fell at the tail end of this longest line. Race leaders all the way up there behind the pace car, so again he's got some ground to make up. Sean Happick doesn't get the greatest of starts. Randy Cornwell beats him to the line. We'll see if that'll translate to a penalty or not. I don't know if Cornwell jumped the start. We were on the in car there with Sean, so I didn't really get to see exactly what happened there. But at bottom line, proven to be strong. Eugene Hawk going to push Sean down the backstretch. And there it is. Contact the 45 of Corey Moore around across the nose of the 98 of John Shields. Contact there for, I believe that's the double or the 07 maybe, or the 27. But Corey Moore involved in that one. Another quick caution that comes out. Let's hop on board and see exactly what went down here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, they're kind of leaning on each other off of the corner. Looks like Corey Moore just goes up the side draft and they kind of get hooked together right here. See, Corey Moore does turn to the left and separates, and it looks like John Shields just follows him down there and hooks him in the right rear on the backstretch, puts him into the wall. Hard contact there for the 98. The 45 looks like he may be okay. Suspension definitely looks broke on the 98. We saw that wheel wobbling. Maybe a little bit of rear contact there. See if Mike does make it around clean. No contact, so that'll give him a few extra spots on track. Yeah, and Corey Moore going to go down on the pits as well as John Shields, so that's going to give Mike some extra positions there. There we go. That might put him around all of these lap cars. So Mike's still looking to have a dog in this fight. As is Sean Happick. Again, we'll have to see if Cornwell got a penalty for that. I mean, he obviously won't or he would have to serve that under green flag condition. So if he does have a penalty, we would not see it show up here as of just this moment. So 16 to go here when we go green next time by. You heard Sean Happick talking about it here too. Based on how this race has gone, the winner of this race is probably going to get the regular season championship. We've got some other contenders here as well. Again, Eugene Hawk has shown speed since making his debut here in High Velocity Racing League, as well as David Meacham. He's shown some glimpses of speed. Travis George has been one of our consistent runners, and Bobby Grady's had speed. He just hasn't been able to put a race together. Is this his opportunity here? So again, let's see if Sean can capitalize on this restart. Here we go. Yeah, mixing it up. Sean went late in the box last time, goes early, gets a huge start on the field. So again, another great start for Sean Happick. Now we see battles for the second place and fourth place position about to commence. Eugene Hawk able to get the better of Cornwell, and Meacham for now gets a great run down the backstretch. David Meacham, Randy Cornwell side by side into turn 3. Randy Cornwell's going to have a little bit of the momentum riding that medium line. We see Meacham tuck in behind him. Travis George and Bobby Grady now getting involved in the battling. You see Eugene making a dive down on the inside. Sean Happick, Cornwell potentially looking to go 3 wide, not quite there. Eugene Hawk going to clear him off of 2. That's going to put Randy Cornwell close in tow behind the number 40. 3 cars battling for the lead. Randy Cornwell drives in a little deep. Sean able to get the run here on the high side. Cornwell though still there at his left quarter. Really want to try to have control of this race. Again, a restart's so important. But Sean Happick doing a great job fending off the 22 of Randy Cornwell, who looks like he may elect to tuck in line. It's going to be close. Dives in on Sean Happick, but not able to get to the quarter panel here this time by. So Sean maybe trying to play a little bit of a longer game here, but time's going to be running out as we cross the line with 13 laps to go here in the regular season finale of the HVRL Truck Series. Everybody just kind of settling in line for right now. Looking to see when they're going to make their move. Eugene sent it into turn 1 and 2 pretty good here. Let's follow Sean here through 3 and 4. Not letting Eugene Hawk get away though, staying close to that bumper. Looks like he's matching his speed a little bit. Has a good line here off 3 and 4. He's going to ride in that toe. Want to mention in the background, Mike Kufel makes his way to P9. Yeah, Sean letting it go a little bit there in the center of 1 and 2. You can see Eugene may have overdrove that corner just a little bit. Sean going to try to get a run. Does he make a move on the backstretch into 3 and 4? He does. He's not quite there. Definitely putting the pressure, though, on Eugene Hawk. You can see Eugene struck yawed out here in 3 and 4 as he's really pushing it. Randy Cornwell falling back just a little bit, but he's going to love to see these two battle here for the lead. And here again, we see Eugene just unable to get to the bottom all the way here in 3 and 4. So Sean's going to have another take at him here. Does get to the quarter panel here in 3 and 4. Sean looking to make the move now in turn number 3. They're side by side. Sean going to be close. Doesn't clear him quite yet. Beats him to the line. 9 to go. And there it is, Sean Happick able to complete the move on your race leader, the number 40, Eugene Hawk. Now under pressure from Randy Cornwell and Travis George down the backstretch. George and Cornwell working together here. Cornwell able to clear the 40. If you're Sean, you would have liked to seen him hold on maybe just a little longer. But Sean looks like he does have the overall race pace. But we've got 8 to go here. Time is winding down. Time's starting to tick. We'll see if Happy can hold on. Eugene Hawk looking to poke his nose underneath the quarter of Cornwell. Travis George now making a move on Hawk. Tucks back in line. Thinks better of it. Ignore that caution. There we go. So gap just under 4/10 here. We'll keep an eye on that as the laps go on. Travis George able to get around Eugene Hawk, as is David Meacham looking to make a move here. Almost clear, not quite. Now he does get it. So if you're Sean, you really want to see the 16 of Travis George and the 22 of Randy Cornwell start to go at it. Gap holding steady at just around 3/10. Travis George just knocking on that back door. Putting the pressure on Cornwell. He's going to start to feel it, but again, that gap staying pretty steady. David Meacham now looking to make a move. Gets to the inside of Travis George here. They're going to be side by side down the backstretch. Meacham dives down low down the backstretch, trying to break that side draft. Still underneath the 13. He's going to get him in the corner, but Travis George should have a little bit of a run off the corner, but he's going to be boxed in maybe by Cornwell, who almost shuts the door. So right now we got a battle for second. Sean looks like he might just be managing at this point. But Cornwell looking down on the inside once again here of Travis George. Eugene Hawk is now falling back to the 6th place spot. George completes the pass on Cornwell, who now puts himself in a bad spot. Is David Meacham now making a move on the outside at turns 3 and 4. Meacham does clear him. But Travis George going to try to run down the 52 of Sean Happick. He is doing it so ever so slightly. But again, if David Meacham can get to the 16 and those two can start to battle, Sean might be able to extend that lead here once again. Meacham almost there. Good thing for Sean right now is the gap not getting any smaller. And as I say that, George going to get a little bit of a run down the backstretch, but the gap's for the most part staying pretty steady. So you're not gaining, but you're not losing. Again, if David Meacham can get to Travis George here, that is going to help Sean Happick. Coming to 2 to go now. Gap at just over 1/10 though, so that gap is starting to close. David Meacham helping Travis George down the backstretch just a little bit. Couple more corners to go. David Meacham looking down the inside of Travis George, unable to get there. Sean drives it in deep. Gets on that blue line a little bit, drifts up. I wonder if he got the apron a little too much there. White flag in the air here in your regular season playoff race. David Meacham makes the move on Travis George, now gets a heck of a run down the front stretch. Will he make the move on Sean Happick? Almost, but not quite. David Meacham, Travis George side by side. Sean putting the block on. David Meacham gets to the inside. Sean drives it in a little deep. David Meacham hugging that bottom line. Sean's going to have the run. Contact between the two. The 52 and the 16. David Meacham sneaks away with your win. Sean Happick in P2 and Travis George in P3. Have to go back and watch that and see what happened. I know they were all battling hard there. I think they just may have ran out of room. Let's see what happens here off of 4. Everybody's driving it in hard last lap. Yeah, Sean just kind of makes a reactionary move there to David Meacham. And you see David Meacham drifts up a little bit, Sean thinking maybe that there's going to be contact. You can see he moves up just a little bit, gets across the nose of Travis George and puts them two in the wall. Luckily, they're able to keep it straight and keep it going forward. If you would announce to them to the broadcast booth, please, sir. Thank you. So David Meacham going to be your race winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Those last few laps there, an absolute grueler for these guys battling it hard, and unfortunate contact there off of 4. We will go ahead and get right into it here. We'll hop on board with your 3rd place finisher, the number 16 of Travis George. Travis, this is Bryce up here in the booth, man. Incredible racing there at the end. Some unfortunate contact there off of 4, but you're still able to walk away P3. Talk us through those last couple laps.
I don't know, man. I felt like on the long run there, I was really catching Sean, and then I had Meacham right behind me pushing real hard too, and it was just go for it on the last lap, you know. I felt bad getting into Sean, that's why I tried to let out of it and let him save it, and at least, you know, get him the P2 and not take him out like that at the end, because it was a hell of a race.
Yeah, I went back and watched it, and you guys were racing hard there off of 4. It looks like David Meacham definitely drove it in deep there in the corner. I think Sean just maybe thought Meacham was going to come up, and he opened the wheel a little bit and got into you. But I didn't have much context to what happened over the race. But P3, a solid finish for you, able to get some good points there going in, some momentum to the playoffs that were, well, not the playoffs, but the chase here in the Truck Series. I mean, how does not a win, but how does P3 feel going into the chase here?
It feels great, really, because I wasn't very confident with my start here at the P9 or something, I think it was. I didn't think I was going to be able to actually race with the guys, but as we went on, it was a long race. You can learn a lot as it goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like you're able to learn what you needed to get yourself on the podium, man. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to shout out or thank?
Yeah, just you guys for putting the league on, because I always forget to do that. My teammates for all the test sessions. My wife for letting me do it.
Absolutely, man. Well, again, we glad to have you back here in Season 2 of the HVRL Truck Series. Congratulations on your P3.
Yeah.
Now we get your 2nd place finisher, the number 52 of Sean Happick. We're holding off strong there on that last little run, and it looks like off of 4, you maybe got a little bit concerned about David Meacham drifting up the track. Looks like you may have opened the wheel up just a little bit and had contact there with Travis George, but not the win that you were hoping for, but still able to come through in P2. Talk to us, man. How's it feel?
No, I was going to shove Meacham down to the apron for that win, to be honest with you. Travis George gave me a little bump in the straightaway there. Just bumped my speed up a little bit more than I was planning on, so I kind of went in a little hot, and there wasn't nothing I can do except slide up. So I didn't want to let out of it, so I just had to slide up and kind of concede first place there. But it's okay. I didn't really. I mean, of course, you want to win, and I wanted to win, but as long as I finished ahead of Cornwell, that's all that really mattered to me. So.
Yeah, and able to do that. And I was talking about it when I did come back. You've really been on an upward trend this season and improved a lot. talk to us about, how it feels. I'm pretty sure that should lock you in with the regular season championship. So how does that type of momentum feel going into the chase here in the Truck Series?
Oh, great. Not to mention that I did okay in these 3 stages. That 25 plus bonus points for getting to being the season champion will really propel me at least through a few bad races that I'm bound to have in the playoffs. So maybe I can come away with a 2-placker season.
Yeah, there you go. Looking to get that done. And yeah, I mean, solid performance from what I was able to see tonight once I came back. And, again, congratulations on your P2. We've seen you up in the podium here quite a bit in these last few races. So again, that momentum is definitely heading your way. Before we
a lot of good, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just want to mention to everybody it was a lot of good racing up front. I didn't really personally see any wrecks, but I was kind of up there most of the night, so I know it was a bad night for our truck series with the cautions. But up top, it was good, hard racing. People were giving when they should, and a little bumping, but it was real good racing up there at the top. So I want to thank everybody for that. Thank everybody for letting me and Cornwell go at it like we should.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we let you on out here, is there anybody you want to shout out or thank?
Oh, just you guys for doing a great job, man. And I'll go ahead and throw out my old lady for letting me play all the time. Getting on here.
I'm sure you're looking right at her when you say it too, aren't you?
No, she's not even here.
Oh, man.
Make her, yeah. So, but that's all right. I got a nice plaque that she don't want me to hang up that I got a special spot for it. Right above the bedpost on her side.
There you go. Absolutely, man. Well, again, congratulations on P2. Now we talk with our race winner, the number 13 of David Meacham, teammate of mine in the Cup Series as well. Was unable to make the race at Texas, but makes up for it here, getting the win at Charlotte, man. Talk to us. How does it feel?
Fantastic. If I lucked into Daytona at the start of the season, I earned this one.
Yeah, well, whatever you want to call it, luck, skill, or will, even, man, you're able to get up there and get it done and make 2 passes there in the last 2 laps for the lead. Just kind of run us through what was going through your mind there in those last couple of laps as time was dwindling down and you knew you had to make a move.
I was just moving around the racetrack trying to find something on corner exits, and I saw that Happy and Cornwell were just fighting real hard at the start of that. So I figured I had better tires. I found something in the middle of 4 and exit, and I would just use that the last 5 laps and gained a bunch of ground.
Yeah, and able to get it done there. And, like I was telling Happy, I don't have the most context to how the overall race went, but, you get yourself up to the front and you're able to make a pass there at the end. So congratulations to you for that. And as I'm going to ask you the same question I asked these other 2, getting a win like this here on the last race of the regular season, what kind of momentum does that give you for the chase coming up here?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go. I should be 3rd in the chase from all my playoff points, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
Gotcha. Yeah, and we're glad to have you here. And again, man, congrats on your win. Before we let you on out of here, I've got to ask you, is there anybody you want to shout out or thanks to, or just, talk to us, man? The floor is yours.
Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast and just this league in general. Race Control had their hands full today, but William Curran, as always, does a great job. Thanks to the wife for putting up with me for all the league stuff, and my mom and dad might be watching too, so that'll be cool. And then shout out Las Vegas Inferno. Happy to take them to victory lane again.
Yeah, absolutely. And there you go. There you have it. Your race winner, the number 13 of David Meacham. Again, unable to make the race at Texas on Friday, but makes up for it here with a stellar win at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Able to get it done. That's going to catapult his momentum here going into the chase. So again, congratulations to him. We'll go ahead now and run through your race results here at the end of Charlotte. Again, we talked to our top 3, the 13 of David Meacham, the 52 of Sean Happick, and the 16 of Travis George, followed by the 22 of Randy Cornwell and Bobby Grady, able to finally make his way back into the top 5. He's been a driver that's shown speed throughout the season, but just hasn't quite been able to get it done. And he does get a top 5 done here tonight, so that'll give him some solid points. Trey Young here in the 77, P6, followed by Eugene Hawk in 7th. We saw him towards the front for the majority of the night when I was here as well. So solid finish for him. We've got the 51 of Brandon Dayhoff here in P8, and Mike Kufel with some unfortunate cautions for some, but fortunate for him, the late cautions get him back on the lead lap and able to make some positions up. So The number 9 finishes in P9, followed by the 45 of Corey Moore. We saw him get involved in, I believe, that penultimate caution there, but still able to salvage a top 10 finish, followed by Kean Fry, Thomas Long, Zachary Tyler, Dustin Bloodworth, and Jason Arbel, your top 15. We'll run through the rest of the field here now, but that has been coverage from High Velocity Racing League. Again, I do want to apologize for some of the mishaps at the beginning of the broadcast. Not our most eventful race as far as broadcast goes, but nonetheless, we will be looking forward to some more broadcasts. I do believe we are off tomorrow, so no race in the Xfinity Series on Monday night, but we will be back racing at Kansas here in the Cup Series on Friday as well. We'll have our pre-race show and our podcast, so stay tuned for that. Thanks everybody for coming out here and showing support for your favorite drivers, and we're so happy to have all of you show up each and every week being a part of this league. We're averaging, I believe, over 30 trucks on track a week, so we're killing it. The driving is improving ever so slightly as the weeks go on, and we're just looking forward to seeing what you guys are capable of and seeing how this chase pans out. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you guys on Friday for some more racing here at Kansas in the